I talk about boots and shoes on this channel quite a bit, and the thing that I've never really talked about is how I maintain and clean my shoes. Welcome to my channel. My name is James and I like clothes and well-made things, and today we're going to talk about cleaning, maintaining your boots, shoes, all sorts of that kind of stuff. The 4 shoes that I'm going to talk about today are going to be my Rick Owens, my Oakstreet Bootmakers, my Allen Edmonds cap toe dress boots, and then a nice pair of Redwing boots as well. The products that you're going to need in this video are going to be a cloth or some sort of paper towel, a horsehair brush, saddle soap, Venetian shoe cream or some sort of cream that you like to use, and wax polish. And I left everything below if you guys want to purchase. I do like the Oakstreet Bootmakers version because they have like a whole kit. It comes with a cloth, comes with everything you need, so that's a really good one and done. But if you don't want to spend the extra money on some like more premium stuff, you can obviously go to Walgreens and be completely okay with that as well. I'm gonna tier the way that we do this. You may like the age of one shoe and you may want another shoe to look perfect at all times. So I'm gonna gear this into tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Tier 1 is just gonna be your classic clean and condition. Tier 2 is just going to be clean, condition, and then you're gonna add a little bit of color to kind of bring back that look. And then Tier 3 is gonna be your complete gambit. A nice shine and a mirror shine, just like what you do with a really nice dress shoe. But let's get into Tier 1. For me, Tier 1 is going to be shoes that I like the patina. I want it to look aged, I want to look beat up, and nothing is better than a beat up pair of Rick Owens Ramones. I love these shoes and I beat the heck out of them, and I feel like Rick Owens just look better when they're kind of worn in and have a nice patina to it. However, they are still a nice calfskin and you want to keep them nice and clean and conditioned. Because I've been wearing these all winter, you'll see that I've got some salt stains on there, and I really just want to make sure that I'm treating that leather perfectly. Grab that horsehair brush and you're just gonna brush over the whole entire shoe. You're gonna get all that kind of dirt and dust and grime and everything off that, and then you're gonna take your laces off, make sure your laces and everything is underneath the tongue isn't, and then you are going to use your saddle soap. Saddle soap is gonna be great for getting like the gook and grime and just really cleaning and opening the pores of the leather to take. Editing James here. The brush in this video is called a dauber. I forgot to add it in the beginning, but I'll leave it in the description below. In that Venetian shoe cream or that moisturizing compound. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna clean the shoe with that saddle soap. Make sure the shoe is dry for like a half a day, a couple hours, and then you're going to add the cream. The cream is going to bring that kind of moisturizer, that softness back to the shoe, and it's gonna prevent cracking, and over time you're gonna be able to have it longer. I will say in certain shoes, it may change the color slightly, especially if you're using something with a really heavily oil. A good example, my Redwing boots. So these Redwing boots are old kind of vintage boots that are really like scuffed up and scratched, but they're a heavily oil-based leather, and as I add cream to them, it's gonna take in all of that kind of oil and all the cream and stuff like that, so it's gonna darken it quite a bit. You don't necessarily have to worry about that so much when it comes to black stuff, just because it's not, black is gonna get darker and things of that nature. I would recommend, if you're worried about the messing with the color, try it a little bit in the heel, like right on the back heel, just because nobody's gonna see it. You can kind of get an idea for it. It's important to add it sparingly and just continue to layer as you need and let that kind of take it in. If the leather is super dry, you'll almost see it just like suck it up really, really quickly. The leather will tell you what you need to do. So if you are continuing to add and it continues to suck in, like let it happen. And then once you're done with that, let it dry for a little bit, and you're gonna take that horsehair brush and you're gonna brush off all the excess stuff. This isn't going to take out scratches. Me again, I did lie a little bit. You will see some scuffs and scratches kind of fall off just because the leather is getting more hydrated and the oil is coming back to the surface. It's not going to make the shoe more shiny. It might make it a little bit shinier, but for the most part, it is going to just kind of condition the boots and keep the natural colors and everything like that. If you are looking to add a little bit of color, maybe the toe is starting to get scuffed and you want to add bring some color back into the leather, that's when you're going to go into Tier 2. My favorite shoe for this would be my Oakstreet Bootmakers. These are just a classic Horween leather. I forget the name of the leather. I'll leave it right here, or I'll leave it in the description below. And this is a shoe that I want to do everything with my Tier 1. I'm going to clean it, I'm going to condition it, and then like I said, I'm going to add color. The color, that's when you're going to start using paste or cream. I use the Saphir Black. black, you're gonna wanna match the shoe color with the paste. That's where things can get a little bit more expensive. And if you want, again, you can just take over on the inside of the shoe and get an idea of what that color looks like. If it's black, it's black. And then they do also add like clear ones, but that's not gonna necessarily add the color. It's gonna bring back a little bit of the shine and a little bit of the luster, and it's gonna make the color of the boot itself a little bit deeper, but it's not gonna protect it from scuffs, scratches. For me, this is probably where I would have my like 316 boots. This is where I'm gonna have my Vibergs and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want them to be like shiny boots, but I wanna make sure that the leather is clean and make sure that like they're staying pretty, I guess you'd say. Tier 2, again, it's everything that Tier 1 is, just adding one more step. This is gonna be something that's geared more towards dress wear. So dress shoes, dress boots, things of that nature. Everything that you would do in Tier 1, everything that you would do in Tier 2, now we're just gonna add some wax and some shine. We're just gonna clean the shoe, you're gonna add the color, you're gonna add the creams and things of that nature, but now you're gonna go and you're gonna get a nice wax and you're gonna go over the whole shoe. And this is gonna make the shoe shinier. It's gonna feel almost like a little bit more vibrant. And this will protect against water, it's gonna protect against scuffs for the most part, and it's gonna make the shoe look kind of luxe. This isn't something that I would do in like a pair of loafers. I wouldn't do in like just casual boots. This is something that you want to be formal. You're gonna wear with like a wedding, or if you're going and you're wearing a suit or something along those lines, this is gonna be more of a formalized thing. If you're looking for like a really great example of that, there's a guy, I believe it's called like I'll leave it right here. He does like mirror shines like nobody I've ever seen, and their stuff is so beautiful. But like I said, you're gonna go over the whole part of the shoe with the wax, then you're gonna add more and more wax to the shoe itself, right on the toe where you're gonna get that mirror finish. That's gonna be something that looks very luxury and a little bit more like high end. It's not for everyone, not everybody likes that. Some people like more of a kind of worn in look like that, and then some people prefer something that is gonna be super high polished. I personally like the high polish look, so I've done it in a number of my dress shoes. I don't necessarily do it in my loafers or like my casual shoes, but it's something that I think is just so beautiful and looks so good. So those are gonna be how I take care of my shoes. Like I said, there are a number of different ways to do that. There's right ways, there's wrong ways. I'm sure there's different ways that everybody else does it. That's the way that I do it. And it's a really great way of just making sure that the things that you buy, because we are investing in good products. If you have any critiques or hints or things that you think work better for you, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you again. Bye-bye.